Welcome. Thank you everybody for coming.
Welcome.
This week's Parsha is Parshat Bo. This is the end of the 10 Makot. The Jews are about to leave Mitzrayim. And the very first mitzvah that Hashem commanded the Jews is in this week's Parsha. Anyone know the first mitzvah?
Plural.
That was the first mitzvah in the Torah. What's the first mitzvah that Hashem commanded the Jewish people? So the first one is Rosh Chodesh. Right before the Jews are leaving Mitzrayim, Hashem tells them, HaChodesh hazeh lachem. This month shall be for you. Yes, today is also Rosh Chodesh, happens to be. So he tells them, HaChodesh hazeh lachem. This month shall be for you. So we have to understand, why exactly does Hashem have to, what is he already itching? He has to get the mitzvah of Rosh Chodesh right away, right now out. He can't wait till Har Sinai. All the other 600, however many mitzvot, he waited till Har Sinai. But this one in specific, he had to do it right before the Jews left Mitzrayim. What's the reason? And another thing is, what is a Chodesh Hazeh? Why does it say this month shall be for you? What's for you? What does it mean for you? What does it mean this? So everything will be explained throughout the course of this shiur. The Gemara Rosh Hashanah has its own pshat. The Gemara Rosh Hashanah says, the word Zeh means Kazera Eve Kadesh. Whenever you see the moon about to grow, everyone knows the cycle of the moon. In the beginning of the month, you can't see it. Slowly by slowly, it grows, it expands. Then it becomes full, and then it shrinks. So the Gemara Rosh Hashanah says that what does a Chodesh Hazeh Lachem mean? It means this month shall be for you. This means when you see the moon like this, when it starts to grow, call Rosh Chodesh. Rosh Chodesh starts when the moon starts to grow. Now the Zeresh shimshon gives a different approach to this. And we're going to start off with the Mishnah in Ediyot. It says that there was 12 months that Mitzrayim was in punishment. Mitzrayim was being punished for 12 months in a row. 10 makot, 10 plagues. It was in the amount of 12 months. But the problem is, everyone knows, there's a famous midrash. It says every makah lasted for how long?
A week. 2 weeks.
One week. Lasted for a week. And then the other 3 weeks was the warning. So it's like that. 3 weeks warning, 1 week makah. 3 weeks warning, 1 week the plague. So how many makah were there?
10.
Let's see who went to school. What's 10 times 1?
10.
10, exactly. If there's 10 makot and 1 month each, how many months is that?
10.
10 months.
10.
So the question is, why isn't it not 12? Where'd you get 12 from?
Because it's part of the song. 12 Makkah.
So the question is, if there's 10 makot and each makah is 1 month long, so shouldn't it be 10 months long for the punishment, not 12 months? So the Maharsha in Rosh Hashanah answers this question. He said, really, the makot lasted for 12 months. It started in Nisan, it ended in Nisan. But throughout the time, there was these gap months that nothing was happening. There was no warning, no plague. It was just a break time. They had break time. So really, how many makot there were? There was 10 makot. Each makah lasted for 1 month. And during that month, there was 3 weeks warning, 1 week makah. It was 10 months in all, and 2 months were break time in the middle. Now the question is, Lama haya inyan kach, shu yamim usakim? Why does Hashem have to orchestrate it in a way that it's going to be 12 months, but only 10 out of the 12 there's going to be makot? Just make it 10 and be done. Just all in one shot. Why does Hashem have to make it 12 months in specific? So we have to understand the significance of the number 12. 12, there's 12 shvatim, 12 tribes. Corresponding to the 12 tribes, there are 12 mazalot. Mazalot are constellations in the sky. They're groups of stars. So there's certain groups of stars. There's 12 different general groups. These are called the 12 mazalot, the 12 constellations. And corresponding to the 12 mazalot is 12 months. Each mazal is a different month. So again, we see 12, 12, 12. 12 shvatim, 12 mazalot, and 12 months. Another 12 is a cube. A cube has 12 edges. Here I said cube has 12 edges. Now how does it have 12 edges? So I assume no one would really understand if I say it. So here's a cube. It's not really a perfect cube, but the 12 edges are like this. There's 4 on the top. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 on the bottom. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then the 4 on the sides. That make sense?
Yeah.
So there's 12 edges to a cube. What does this represent? That Hashem created the world with borders. This is the universe's border is the number 12. The number 12 represents that it's Hashem is in control of everything and He has everything in borders. And the last thing that represents by 12 is there's 12 different tzerufim of Shem Havaya. The name Yud Kei Vav Kei is represented in 12 different ways. You could have Yud Kei Vav Kei, you could have Yud Kei Kei Vav, you could have Vav Kei Yud Kei. All the different ones for anyone that wants to see. In this Sidur, pass it around after, just don't get it dirty. In this Sidur, there's Kavanot by Musaf of Rosh Chodesh that you're supposed to have of these names. Remember, you have every month has a different name of Hashem. Rabbi Derd, yeah.
Yesterday he gave a whole shiur on this.
Yeah? So he says there's 12 different names. Anyone that wants to see, there's a chart, one for each month. And every month is ruled by a different tzeruf, a different formation of Yud Kei Vav Kei, of Hashem's name. Everything makes sense for now?
Yes.
So the Zeresh Shimshon says, Shebedavka haya mukhrach shemishpatan yud bechodesh. Hashem specifically made it, even though there was only 10 makot, but He wanted the punishment to last for 12 months. Why? Because we know each of these 4-letter names indicates that Hashem brings about everything in this world. Yud Kei Vav Kei is like one of the main names of Hashem. Kemoshu bara olam yesh ma'in. Hashem created the world from nothing. V'natan lo havaya. He gave existence to the world. There was nothing. Tohu vavo. Absolutely nothing. Hashem brought something. Ubezeh haya Paro rasha kofer. Paro didn't believe in this. Paro did not believe in Hashem. He said Hashem didn't create the world from nothing. You know what has power in this world? The stars have power. The mazalot, the constellations have power. So he believed that certain mazalot have power. So he said, if we would only have 10 plagues throughout the 10 months, there would be 2 months that would not have plagues, right? So those 2 months, Paro would say, those months have power. The constellations that rule over those months have the power, and they would have saved us if there were makot in those months. So why did Hashem make it in a way that it had to be throughout 12 months? To show Paro, none of your stars, constellations, nothing has power. The only thing that has power is Hashem. Make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
So Dam was a whole month long of just blood?
No, a week was the punishment and 3 weeks was a warning.
Exactly. So, Keneged Shibud. Now, why was it 12 months? 12 months was also Keneged the 12 Shvatim. Paro enslaved the 12 tribes, and because of that, he got punished for 12 months. Shemishulim lekochavim mazalot. Each tribe we know, in Yosef's dream, they were all compared to the stars. Each tribe has a different constellation in the zodiac. They have a different part in the mazalot. So he got punished for 12 months, keneged the 12 tribes that he enslaved. Sheitziva kadosh baruch hu b'riyat ha'olam. And it's also keneged the 12 edges, which we explained, which represents Hashem's dominance in the universe. Vehem hem yud bet tzirufei havaya baruch hu. So behind every month, there was these 12 Yud Kei Vav Keis, 12 formations of Hashem's name. Every month has a different form of Hashem's name. So Hashem wanted to bring about a punishment to Paro using every single one of his names. Every single one of his names was used to punish Paro. Now everything we say, we have to bring a proof from the Torah, right? So right now we're going to go into the Pasuk and we're going to see how Hashem hinted out to Moshe Rabbeinu that he's going to punish Paro using his special name of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Okay? So Kadosh Baruch Hu ramaz le Moshe betchila. He said, "Shenemar v'diberhu lecha el ha'am v'yahu yelecha lepeh." Moshe hinted out. Hashem hinted out to Moshe that I'm going to punish Paro using the name of Yud Kei Vav Kei. Where do we see this? Hashem appointed Aaron to speak on behalf of Moshe. Why? Moshe had a stutter. He had a lisp. He wasn't able to speak properly. So who did he appoint? He appointed Aaron. So in that pasuk it says, "V'diberhu lecha el ha'am." Everyone knows what the word Rashi Tevot means? It means the beginning of each word has a letter. So you take the beginning letter of each word and it spells out a word. So if you take ha'am, what does that start with? Hey. Ve'haya, vav, hu, hey, yeh, Yud. It's Yud K Vav K backwards. Hashem was telling Moshe, "Shirotze la'asod din leParo." He says, "I want to make a judgment on Paro, and I want to bring about punishment." And Rabbeinu Bechaye says in Parshat Dvarim, towards the end of the Shirat of Hazinu, the song of Hazinu, he says there's 18 times that Yud K Vav K comes up in the Torah hiddenly, in the Rashi Tevot. In the beginning of each word, 4 words in a row, the beginning letter comes out to be Yud K Vav K. He says 10 times, it's going to be Yud K Vav K in order. Yud K Vav K. 8 of the times is going to be Yud K Vav K backwards. He says anytime you have Yud K Vav K backwards, it's representing that Hashem is going to punish the person he's talking about. Now, I don't know if it's the 8 backwards, 10 forwards, 10 forwards, 8 backwards. I'm pretty sure I got it correct. But anytime Yud K Vav K is backwards, he's coming to represent Din unto the person. So over here by Paro, what do we have? We have Yud K Vav K backwards. Hashem is showing that I want to punish Paro. And later on we also see by Makat Arbeh, so we said every single month had a different name of Hashem that was punishing Paro. A different one of the Tzerufim, a different formation of Yud K Vav K. So the servants told Paro, they said, Al matai yezeh lanu lemokesh. How long will this be a snare for us? Basically, why are you not sending these Jews out? They're just here. We're getting tortured for weeks and weeks and months. Just send them out by now. So in that pasuk, again, we see in the Sofei Tevot. Sofei Tevot means the end letters of each word. So you have Matai, which ends with Yud. Yiyeh, which ends with Hey. Zeh, another Hey. Lanu, ends with Vav. This time it's Yud K, K Vav. The Paro's servants were telling Paro, Hashem is sending all the different types of names that he has onto us. So how long do you want these names of Yud K, K Vav, which is one of the names? Happens to be actually, it's my own chidush, I don't know if it's fake. But the 8th month, which is Iyar, from Tishrei, is Yud K, K Vav. By the 8th plague, by Arbeh, it says this name of Yud K, K Vav. So I don't know if there's any correlation between that, but I just noticed that. So the Paro servants were telling him, why are you continuing having Hashem's names being inflicting onto us? Send them away already. So again, we see another proof that Hashem was using his names to attack Paro. And with this, we can understand why when Paro said, Hashem HaTzadik, Paro said, Hashem is the Tzaddik. Hashem, you're right. During one of the Makot, he said, I am wrong. Hashem, you are right. Why didn't Hashem stop the plagues over there? He prayed to Hashem. He said, Hashem, you're right. Because if you look inside the pasuk, again, we're going to see the Rashi Tevot. Paro did not do a full teshuvah shlema. Because it says, Hashem had tzaddik v'ani v'ami rishayim. Hashem is righteous. Me and my nation are evildoers. So if you look in that pasuk, Yud K Vav K starts with which letter? Yud. Had tzaddik, hey. Va'ani ve'ami are 2 vavs. Harishayim is a hey. Paro, when he wanted to align Yud K Vav K, he didn't do a full teshuvah shlema. So Hashem added an extra vav. So in the pasuk it comes out to be Yud K Vav Vav K, showing that Paro did not do a full teshuvah shlema and he did not complete the oneness of Hashem's name. So everything makes sense for now. We have Yud K Vav K. Hashem has 12 different formations of this name, and each month was coming to attack a different tzeruf of Yud K Vav K, a different combination of the name, and each of them were attacking Paro. And we just brought the proofs from the Psukim. So now we're going back to the Maharsha's question. Why did it have to be for 12 months? Because Hashem specifically did it for 12 months, starting from Nisan, ending with Nisan. How do we know it started from Nisan? Rabbeinu Bechai writes, when did Moshe see the burning bush?
Rosh Hashanah.
Nisan.
Yom Kippur.
So on Nisan. Which day in Nisan? Tet Vav Nisan. On Pesach. Moshe saw the burning bush the 15th of Nisan. After Pesach, he went to Mitzrayim and he started warning Paro, I'm going to bring the blood. He threw the staff on the floor, turned into a snake. When did this all happen? On the 15th of Nisan. So it started by Nisan and ended in Nisan. What was the last plague?
Nisan.
Makah Bechorah. When did it end?
Nisan.
Nisan. Why? That's Pesach. Now the question is,
Which months were there no plagues?
which months were there no plagues? That's the next thing I was about to say.
Oh, sorry.
Double honor.
Isn't
No, it's good, it's good, you got it.
Isn't the 15th of Nisan?
So we're going to say,
Pesach?
15 Nisan is Pesach, yes. So we're going to say like this. What was the reason he got punished for 12 months? What do we say? Keneged the 12 Shvatim, the 12 tribes that he enslaved. But did he enslave all 12 tribes?
No.
Which
Levi.
Levi?
Wait, is it the same Pharaoh that slaved the 12 tribes?
Yes.
Oh, that was last week already.
Yeah, last week's Parsha.
No,
That was
I'm
last
saying,
week's Parsha.
yeah,
Came
but-
last week.
Yeah, one more time. What's the
you
question?
just said
Picture tech plus
that
three.
it's the punishment for the 12 tribes. Is it the same Pharaoh?
Yes.
How did he live so long? I don't get it.
He lived. Some hold that it was the same power from Yosef, same power from
Why
Abraham
would
and
he live
Sarah.
such a long life if he's such a bad guy?
Special. Let's go on.
Okay, so there's the 12 months, 12 months of punishment corresponding to the 12 tribes. Corresponding to the 12 tribes. We said one tribe wasn't enslaved. Which one was it? Levi. So because of this, Rashi in this week's Parsha says that for 1 month there was no Makkah at all. Now, if there's no Makkah for 1 month in a row, what happens? There's the full month that there's no punishment. So Paro is going to say that month has power. That month, the constellation, the mazal of that month saved me. And he's going to say Hashem is nothing. This mazal has the power. This has the koach to save us. So what did Hashem do? He said all the plagues are going to start in the middle of the month. So since it starts in the middle, every time it goes to the next middle, the next middle. So now when you get to the month that didn't have plagues, it was 2 weeks from the last month and 2 weeks from the beginning of the following month. So there was no one full month that was nothing. Hashem always made it. He orchestrated it in a way that there was always going to be punishment in at least one in every single month.
Why didn't he just do 12 plagues?
12 plagues? Very good question. I was thinking that when I was learning this. I have no idea.
Maybe it'll come to you. Go ahead.
Yeah. So Chodesh Shelo Yelahem Makah. Chatzim and Chodesh Zeh, Chatzim and Chodesh Zeh. So he says there was a little bit from this month, a little bit from that month. So there was no one full month that had nothing in it. So Par was not able to say that there was a month that had Mazal that saved him. And it comes out well. Why? Because all the months and all the plagues were sewn together. All the tzirufei of Hashem, of Yud Kei Vav Kei, were put together into one. Showing that every single force in this world is really sourced all at where? HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Hashem is in control of everything. Yes, he gave power to the mazalot. Yes, he gave power to the constellations, to the stars, to the names of Hashem. But where does that all come from? It's all sourced from him. It's the oneness of Hashem. And by Hashem making all the plagues start in the middle of the month, end in the middle of the month, he's showing everything is interconnected. Even though they each have their own significance, but everything is unified into one. One showing Hashem is the only one. He's the Kadosh Baruch Hu who runs everything. And this is exactly what Paro didn't believe in. Paro didn't believe in this. So now back to how we started the shiur. Why was the first mitzvah Rosh Chodesh? And why does it say HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem, this month shall be for you? Yud Kei Vav Kei, spelled in any way, always has the same gematria. What's the gematria of Yud Kei Vav Kei?
26.
26. How many times do we have? How many names do we have?
12.
How many different combinations? 12. 12 different combinations of Yud Kei Vav Kei. 12 times 26 is
260 and 52.
312. It's 312. 312 is the exact same gematria as Chodesh. Hashem is saying, HaChodesh Hazeh Lachem. These names, this Chodesh, which is the combination of all the names put together, I'm giving it to you. B'sof HaMishpat Zashu Ela Yud Bet Tzirufim Al Mitzrayim. Hashem said, I just finished, this is the end. Right before Yetziat Mitzrayim, Hashem says, I'm giving you all these names. I finished punishing the Mitzrayim with these names. I'm giving the names to you now. By Mitzrayim, I took these names and I used it for bad against them. I used the Midat Hadin. I put justice on them through the names. But to you guys, I'm going to give it to you and it's going to be Mashpia Chesed Rachamim. And again, where do we see this? HaChodesh, which is 312, all the names put together. Hazeh, what's the gematria of Zeh? Zayin Hey. Zayin is 7, Hey is 5. That's 12. All 12 names. Chodesh 312, the combination, the sum total of all the names is going to be for you. It's going to be for the Jewish people. Every single month by Rosh Chodesh, which is tonight, Hashem brings down one of these names, and it's Mashpia. It brings out chesed and kindness to us when we utilize these names.
Tomorrow is Yud K Vav K. Nisan. Nisan's is always Yud K.
No, but tomorrow's not
That was a minus.
Shabbat.
Huh?
It's Shvat.
So Shvat is Yud K Vav.
Shvat is Yud Kei Vav Kei?
Yeah.
Wow. So Yud Kei Vav Kei is the top name. That's the one that has
I don't get
the...
what it just said.
No,
If you see this chart over here, every single month has a different formation of the name.
Wow.
That's why I brought this chart.
Rabbi Derek said yesterday, if you have a kavanah that month of that name,
Then you're being mashpia the chesed.
anything you pray for, it should go through
100%.
The whole month?
Years.
And where do we see this from? It's because Hashem gave us the first commandment in the whole Torah is this commandment, Rosh Chodesh. Hashem is saying on Rosh Chodesh, you have the ability to bring down these names into your own lives. We're
When should he have this kavanah?
going to say this at the end of this year. We're going to say. So these 12 names are connected to 12 solar months. That's why Jews, they count by the lunar months. Sorry, not said solar, it's lunar. The Jews go by the lunar months. The Goyim go by the solar months. Because Hashem is saying these months are only for you, for the Jews only. Who gets to tap into the power of these 12 names of Hashem? Only the Jewish people. Lachem dafka v'lo le'umot, k'divrei Razal. And that's what we do every single month. We do Kiddush Levana, Birkat Levana. When we go outside to the moon and we make the bracha. What are we doing when we do that? Anyone wonder? You just go outside, you make a bracha, you look at the moon and you're saying a bracha. What are we doing? What's your kavanah supposed to be when you're making the bracha? So the Zeresh shimshon says, Adam chidush levana. When a person sees the renewal of the moon, he has to be mevarech. He makes a bracha. What?
Why do we jump?
Why do we jump? We're going to say that. A person makes a bracha on the new moon and he recognizes Hashem creates the world. He created the world from nothing. And just like he renews the month every single year, every single month, he renews the moon from nothing. Right? The moon is zero. You can't see it. All of a sudden it starts popping out. What's that showing us? That just like Hashem is renewing this moon every month, so too He's the one that brought about this world from nothingness. Shechidesh ha'olam כשם שמחדש לבנה, בכל חודש וחודש. וזהו הפך מה שהיה כופר פרעה הרשע. And this was the complete opposite of what Paro intended. Paro said, who runs the world? The stars run the world. The black magic runs the world. We run the world. Hashem doesn't run the world. Hashem didn't create the world. But when we go outside and we do Birkat Levana, we're showing Hashem the first mitzvah we get from the Torah is sanctifying the month, sanctifying the moon. What does this mean? It means that we're recognizing Hashem as the creator of the world. And through Him, we're mashpia, all the good. He brings down all the good every single month through all these tzirufim of the name Havaya. So Bezrat Hashem, tonight's Rosh Chodesh, we'll all be able to tap into these brachot, to the names of Hashem, and we'll be able to be mashpia, all the good, and bring down all the good from Shamayim, from all these 12 names. Baruch Adonai L'olam.
Amen.